All right, so apparently DK Metcalf got suspended. If you've seen it, you've seen it. Swung on the fan. I'm gonna just say this: um, if that was a Detroit Lions player that swung on the fans, the referees would have reviewed it. The referees would have reviewed it, and he would have been ejected mid-game. You have to realize this about Detroit, man. Detroit, the league don't want to see Detroit win nothing. When Detroit win championships, it's worth more than every Laker and Celtic championship combined. Dodger, you can go on and on and on. Who you want to go on? It's worth more than that because you won a championship despite that. Now, Chicago, if they get a Michael Jordan, yes, they'd be like, okay, shit, let's just get this push. Chicago, a long time, was the third biggest city in America. It might be barely hanging on, getting pushed by Houston. They'd be like, we can deal with that. But for the most part, let's get Lowell Cinder out of Milwaukee. Let's get these guys here. You have to understand, they would have went back and reviewed that, and a Lions player would have been thrown out the game. So I'm telling y'all, all this shit is rigged. Until an investigation is done or a referee get clapped, I'm just saying round of applause. Ain't nothing gonna change. I'm telling you that right now. Ain't nothing gonna change. Ain't nothing gonna change. They're gonna continue to cheat, and all this shit is fake. Every now and again, they'll let a Jacksonville Jaguar make an AFC championship game. Right now the NBA is letting OKC do their thing, and they starting to turn the corner because they got a lot of heat on them. But the NFL, you're gonna be like, oh man, how did the NFL fall? The NFL Insider Report discussed the NFL has suspended Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver DK Metcalf 2 games without. My thing, you hear people saying he called him a racial slur. That's the easy way to say it. Anybody gonna say it. Remember, you had the Myles Garrett and Mason Rudolph, and people was like, yeah, I would say he called me a racial slur. And that's the easy target to do. I don't know what was said. I heard the fan allegedly said that he just called DK by his God-given name, which is DeLorean Kindersley. I know, my bad. No, it's not. My bad, y'all. I'm reading some UK company. That's his name. It's DeKalen Zincharius Metcalf. I don't see what's wrong with DeKalen. I don't have an issue. It's not. It's kind of not my vibe, but I don't think it's some like sissified. So they basically saying that he swung at him after he used his full name. Now people basically coming to DK Metcalf defense that look like me and saying that, well, he's called him a racial slur. Like I said, I don't know. This is why I don't go to the games. There's just too much alcohol going, too many handsy people. But in my humble opinion, the NFL cares more about their fans than they do their players. Let me say it again. The NFL care more about the fans than the players. Take that for however you want to take it. I'm not going to elaborate it too much. They care more about their fans than they do their players. Every sports do. They don't care shit about these players. These players is expendable. They can create another one. Y'all seen the movie Him? Go watch it. It's already out on, on streaming platforms or however you do your thing. Yeah, that's what it is. They can make other players. They can pump more superstars up. That's a fact. That's a fact. So, do I think he deserved to get suspended? I mean, what was said? Now, it was also being said that I heard in passing that it was being said that, he was being said that he had complained already. So it's a rumor that he complained already to the NFL, to the security, and they didn't do anything about it. And at the end of the day, man, you in the heat of the battle. You could have a bad day. You a man at the end of the day. You don't want to take any disrespect. And somebody say something, you can just have a moment. It's just testosterone high, emotions high. It's a big game. So, for the most part, do I believe that he should have been suspended? Like I said, what was the investigation about? And I know they escorted the fan the fuck up out of there. So the fan got escorted up out of there. You shouldn't be hanging over the rails. You shouldn't be confronting another man while he on the job, in my opinion. Um, but I think they got the 2 games because they didn't. If he got ejected, he might have got 1 game additional. But Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver DK Metcalf took a swing at Detroit Lions fan at the game at Ford Field December 21st. In the second quarter, CBS cameras caught Metcalf getting into an altercation with the Lions fan holding some Steelers attire while hanging over the ledge. It's not clear what led up to the incident, but Metcalf eventually threw a punch in the direction of the fan. It wasn't a direct hit, but there was some contact. The Free Press tracked down the fan in the stands who said, who was a little shocked. Like everyone talking to me, I'm a little rattled, but I just want to play. I just want the Lions to win, baby. So my words don't matter because it was on camera. They added. He said when initially asked what his name was, the fan said, "My name is the biggest Detroit Lions fan ever that got attacked by the Kalians and Chariot's Metcalf." After getting further pressed, the fan said his name was Ryan Kennedy and he's from Picayune, Michigan. Well, I'm going to go ahead on the rant on the ledge and say he said a racial slur. If you know, you know. Now, after seeing where he from, I'm going to go ahead and just assume that it was true. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. Hey, look here. I'm not looking. I'm just saying. The history of that word in that area. Hey, shout out to you, bro. If you know, he said it. So now that this is why I read the articles, and this is a fan's view. So this should he said something to him. I don't think he just said his first name. Now let's turn the sound off so I can get a clear analyst. So my thing is this: he caught this part. He must have said something to him. He walked over there, which he should never have walked over there. And it's not this guy's job to stop him. It's really this guy and the other guys that got lined up so this doesn't happen. Prevention. And he said it was something more than his first name. It was something more than his first name. And none of these people did their jobs that seen him walk over there. He tried to do his job, and what that should have been said. I worked for that same company and for the same people. Those people right there, they shouldn't be there next week. Put their ass back in the stands, demote them, right? They should have said, "Hey, DK, let me go get him removed." What'd he say to you? I'm about to get him removed. It shouldn't, and he said he's complained to them before. He should have been removed. He should have been removed. That shouldn't even have came to that. Let me keep it real with you. He said, "Well, my full name isn't Decalen Zingerius Metcalf." Kennedy said he doesn't like his government name. I called him that, and then he grabbed me and ripped my shirt off. I'm a little shocked, like everyone else talked to me. I'm a little rattled, but I just want the Lions to win. But that ain't all he said. The NFL said in a statement it cannot intervene for an ejection for Metcalf, but they would have for a Lion player. There was no flag on the field, so New York cannot weigh in. But they would have for a Lion player. He came over because the fan in the stands was holding a 4 Pittsburgh jerseys. He went over and the fan said something to him. Wolfson said, the reporter in the broadcast, obviously Metcalf did not like what he said, and you saw he swiped there. No Steeler came over to him and mentioned anything. We'll see if the league take action. We know what he said. The NFL is going to protect their brand. They're not going to say what DK said, and they're going to tell DK, shut the fuck up, don't say nothing. I'm telling you what they telling DK. Shut the fuck up, don't say nothing. Hush, hush. If you say something, you're gonna be in even bigger trouble. Flat out, I'm telling you. I'm telling you exactly what was said. He's not going to come out just like Myles Garrett never really made a statement coming out saying what Mason Rudolph said. They just told him to shut up. This is what happens when you're not your own boss. This is what happens when you're not your own boss. This is what happens when you work for somebody. You work for an industry in the music, entertainment, and sports industry that's designed for you to be broke afterwards. That's designed for you to be broke afterwards. You're a rich slave. Well, all these players are rich slaves. After 7 years of playing, you don't have lifetime benefits. They care more about the fans in the stands than you as the individual. This is why you got to take this money and start your own shit so you don't need them. All this shit is fake, man. I keep telling you that all this is fake. But hey, hit the link in the description, join the Detroit Lions Talk playlist, hit the link tree, find me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, Instagram, everything inside the link tree. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.